Good morning and a very warm welcome once again to Knightswood Congregational Church online. Welcome here again this sanctuary. Now, as you can see, behind me is the illuminated cross, which gives you an indication that we are in our sanctuary for this Sunday's reflection and communion or Holy Communion. Now, normally this table, which unfortunately I can't get a shot of for you, would be covered in white lace linen, but not today. Today it's just a wooden table, an ordinary wooden table, which, to be honest with you, I much prefer. There's no dressing up of the table. There's no making the tablecloth as part of the ritual of that night when Jesus broke bread with the disciples. It's a bare act of remembrance. And the only aspect that I do not like about this today is normally I would have someone sitting here on my right and someone sitting here on my left. Now, I appreciate by the time that you see that, those may be reversed because of the mirroring. So there's usually someone on either side of me. Usually they would take bread and wine and share it with the congregation. And so today, I would hope that while you're watching this at the same time as the broadcast, that you have prepared for this, because I did put it online earlier in the week, by getting some bread or wafer or something to drink, and then you too will be able to share the Lord's table, the Holy Communion. But I'm not going to do it yet, so you've got time to take a quick break from me talking if you want. You don't have to listen to me, very rarely folk do, and you can go and prepare for this if you haven't already done so. So please feel free to get ready for Holy Communion at some point later. Now, you may have indeed read that announcement earlier in the week that I put up with an image of a sunset, which, by the way, was taken down in the Kintyre Peninsula at Macaharish. And of course, I put along with it the accompanying music, because I can't play and I'm not great at condensing it all into the one video. So I picked Stuart Townend's version of The Lord's My Shepherd. I like the video because of the running water which accompanies the music, that still quiet stream, but I like that version rather more than the traditional tune of Crimond, which we normally associate with at funerals, and just recently I've heard it too much. I love being beside water. It's the most refreshing thing to do. I miss swimming just now. Water has an energizing quality, and even to be near it, to be surrounded by it, is just something magical. I miss my family's visits to Luss, to sit on the banks of Loch Lomond shores, or going down to Ayrshire or Dunure in Ayrshire. During school holidays, when we take time off to be with our children, we love to visit those places of Luss, Culzean and Dunure, and of course a whole host of many others, sometimes even Eyemouth. But if you take me there, I can sit for hours on end just staring at the water, if I'm allowed. Just looking at the water, watching it dance, weave, jump, tickle. But it's more than just the water. It's that life-giving, wonderful experience that comes with it. And I'll tell you something else I love. I love sunsets. I rarely see a sunrise, but then I'm in the wrong part of the country. But sunsets, they're my favourites. I don't know about you, but a sunset really is one of my absolute favourites. And I often share this story. It's a story about a sunset at Macaharish, and that's why I put up the pictures this week to give you an idea. For many, many years ago, and I've told this story countless times, my wife and I took a short camping holiday to Macaharish on the Kintyre Peninsula. And we watched as slowly but surely the sun, as it was descending, it lit up. Well, you can see the photographs. It lit up the sky. And as it did, the most amazing colours that evening of oranges and purples and pinks, the hues just absolutely exploded onto the horizon like nothing else. No man made can make anything so spectacularly unique and beautiful. Every sunset is different. It was there when we were camping at Macrahanish. There was a field behind us. I always remember it as a hill, but I think actually it's probably not. I think it was just a field with a slope. That this farmer came down. He came off his tractor and he came down. But by nightfall had come. The sun was still going down. It wasn't dark. It was twilight. But it was that wonderful, wonderful sunset that you see. And I hope that's been captured in some of the images today. And this farmer jumped off his tractor with his dog and he started to round up his sheep. And just for that moment, the beauty of that sunset, the godliness of it, that explosion of colour, it reminded me of Jesus. Jesus, this farmer reminded me of Jesus. The good shepherd comes and rounds up his flocks and escorts them back safely into the heavenly fold. Hopefully, for many of us, it will not be for a long time yet, and only at the appointed time, not taken beforehand by this dreadful illness, this virus which is going all throughout the world. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. You know, the writer of the Psalm, David, he says what God looks out for him. God provides David and us with the basic needs. What are our basic needs? Well, we all want to get out. We want to hug family. We want to sit and go to a cafe. Some of you want to go to a pub. Some will be the bingo. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But what are the basic needs? What does every person, every one of us need and deserve each and every day? Food. Food, fluid, and rest. And that's what the writer of the psalm is saying, because God is providing him with everything that he needs. God takes care of our basic needs. During this time of this terrible pandemic, and every week I think the feature is going to feature in some dimension this pandemic, because it's impacting upon all of our lives. I want to ask you a question for you to think about. For if you know someone who's sadly passed away through this, or if a family member has been stricken by this, or a friend, doesn't matter. Do you think that God takes care of us? Do you think that God looks after us each and every day? Do you think that God gives us what we need every day? Listen to this. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I believe the writer is saying here that no matter what we go through in life, if we go through something which is sad, which is painful, which is terrible, he's really saying to us, that God will always be walking with us. Even through the dark valleys, he will walk with us. But did you notice something in the passage which should have been on the screen earlier on? He will walk with us, but we do not stop. We walk through. We pass through. If you're going through a road, you don't stop. You keep going. We walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We will come out the other side of that. There is no doubt. And even in death, for us the Christians, we believe there is another side. According to the Psalm, we do not have to be afraid. We don't have to live in fear and in dark shadows, because God is with us all the time. God will protect us when we ourselves need protection. God will always take care of us, just like a shepherd takes care of his sheep. You know, earlier I said that I was here in this sanctuary on my own, but I'm not. For Christ is with me just now. And if you're watching when this is broadcast, you are with me as well. So I invite you to join with me as we join with Christ. We are not alone. By no means, for we are not alone. Christ is with me, and I invite you, if you haven't done so before, to invite Christ into your household. Jesus Christ, our servant King, the very King who threw stars into space to cruel nails surrendered. Let us pray. O Shepherd God, give us your great heart to love with, especially when our own hearts become too small and limited to love as others need to be loved. Give us all we need to reach out to those who are lost and in trouble. Above all, give us love, give us courage to give ourselves totally to the mission of Jesus, the Good Shepherd, who laid down his life so that we would have life in its fullness. Amen.